Welcome to Young Money with Tracy Bissett, the advice show for young millionaires in the making. It's time for some $1 Million Straight Talk with Tracy, President and Chief Financial Fitness Trainer at Bissett Financial Fitness. Each week, Tracy's going to tell you what you need to know now at the beginning of your earning curve. Basic and advanced financial concepts made clear, healthy money habits and the missteps to avoid, and all the stuff that you can do to set yourself up for a future of fantastic financial freedom. Ready to lace up and start this week's financial fitness training? Let's do it, Tracy.
Welcome to the Young Money Podcast. I am your host, Tracy Bissett, and you are listening to episode 155, Business Pricing 101, How to Price Your Product or Service. I am still coming to you from Nova Scotia and making the most of sticking close to home this summer. Rosie is loving being able to swim every day and roam free in my parents' yard. She's an active animal watcher and is the self-proclaimed lifeguard of the lake. I want to take the time before we dive into today's episode to thank several people for leaving such great reviews of Young Money. Let's start with Rachel Richards, who left a 5-star review, and she says, "So glad I stumbled upon this podcast. It's so fun. Tracy approaches the normally boring topic of money in an engaging, direct way. Love the variety of topics and guests. Tons of value in each episode. Highly recommend." Thank you so much, Rachel, for leaving that review. And we also heard from Lorna Poole in Ireland. In her 5-star review, she says, "Worth a listen. Tracy is a true professional. Her advice, guidance, and ability to deep dive into the numbers in your business can really be a game changer. This is a podcast worth following just for the groundbreaking insights you get." Thank you so much, Lorna, for that review. Now, this show is all about and for you, Young Money listeners. I so appreciate you making time in your life to tune in to advance your financial fitness journey. If you are enjoying the show, I would so love for you to leave a review too. Thank you so much in advance. Now, I teased it earlier in the year, and I'm working on something exciting for all of you that will be coming soon. The 12-month Young Money Planner for young millionaires in the making. Want to know as soon as it's released? Sign up to be notified at bissettbook.com, and you can find that link in the show notes. So before we dive into today's show, I want to remind you that there is still time to apply for the Young Money Scholarship Fund. Education has the power to help you achieve your life goals and create a financial fortress. It takes money from so many different sources to pay for it, and I am so pleased to be able to ease even a small part of that financial burden that goes along with post-secondary. Now, applications are being accepted until August 21st for this round. If you are listening after this date, not to worry, as this is only the first round of the Young Money Scholarship. Now, the Young Money Scholarship Fund has been established to help post-secondary students achieve their goals by removing some of the financial strain from the equation. This fund is powered by Bissett Financial Fitness, Inc., and scholarship awards start at $250 per student. So who can apply? Post-secondary students studying in Canada, excluding Quebec residents, students who have helped others achieve their goals, students who have a plan for what they will do when they graduate. So apply today, or please share this with a post-secondary student you know who should apply. So let's dive into today's episode. And as a reminder, we're in episode 155, Business Pricing 101, How to Price Your Product or Service. Now, hands down, this is one of the questions I get asked the most about and talk about with every client I work with. Of the clients that I work with, I would say approximately 80 to 85% are not pricing their offering in a profitable way, which is leading to the losses in their company and is one of the contributing reasons to why the owners can't get paid consistently. Interestingly enough, while I talk about this all the time, I haven't yet done a show on pricing. So today's episode comes to you courtesy of my 11-year-old niece, Brenly. We have spent the last few weeks together, as she is also at my parents' in Nova Scotia, so she can attend a figure skating camp. She's a wonderful skater, as well as a smart, kind, and fun niece. In her downtime from skating, she has been making all of us beaded bracelets, some on spec and some are custom. One night we attended an auction, had to bid on them, and we were to settle our bills the very next day. At the auction, when I tried one on, the bracelet broke and she had to remake one of mine. And I share that with you because it's important for what's to come in the story. So the next day, she got the idea from my dad, her papa, that if people didn't pay quickly, that she should charge them a fee. So how many of you entrepreneurs do that? You shouldn't do it the way Brenly did, but it's certainly worth a consideration. So Brenly came to me with my bill. For the one bracelet that I agreed to pay $2 for, my bill was $8. A $2 remaking fee for the one that broke was added on, as well as a $4 late payment fee on top of the $2 I had agreed to pay. So on the one hand, I was very proud of my enterprising niece for incorporating all of the lessons we tried to pass on to her. On the other hand, I was unhappy with the bill. We then got into a discussion on the importance of providing quality products and why a business shouldn't implement price gouging practices. My mom, her Nana, was nearby and was just shaking her head at her granddaughter. So then we brought the discussion back to where we should have started. How much does it cost to make the bracelet? Remember, she's 11, and she said it's free because I didn't have to buy the supplies. So we regrouped. We talked about the importance of knowing how much it costs to produce a product or deliver a service. And these are known as variable costs. The ones that make up the cost of goods sold or the ones you need to pay because you're selling something. So for Brenly, it was beads, elastic, and her time. For many of you listening, I want you to take note of the fact that the time it takes to make the product or deliver the service needs to be included in these costs. I know many of the clients I work with don't think of their time or an employee's time that way, which causes issues because significant costs are not factored in. It's so important to think about the time and cost that it takes to deliver that unit or that service so you can adequately track profit, project growth, and certainly capacity and scheduling and all of those kinds of things. My niece was getting frustrated with us now, so I stopped the costing discussion with her there, but there is more that you need to consider. What are the fixed costs or overhead that you have to pay whether or not you actually sell anything? Let's think about rent, utilities, internet, insurance, interest on any debt, etc. We would then want to allocate a certain percentage of these costs, notionally their percentage relative to sales based on the sale amount, to the cost. From there, we may add on a profit margin or simply total up the variable and fixed costs to see our total cost so far. We would then be in a position to come up with a rough bottom-up approach to our pricing. Quit worrying about money, take control of it. If you are a small business owner or entrepreneur and you experience any one of the following, I want to help you today. Has your business suddenly changed overnight? Are you managing it from your checking account? Or are you losing sleep at night, worrying about making payroll, paying the government, or wondering if your business will survive the global pandemic? If what I've just shared scares you or makes you want to cry, take a deep breath and hear me out. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You have nothing to be ashamed about, and you're not alone. And most importantly, we can fix this. And so I invite you to join me in the Cash Control Bootcamp, which is an introductory live online group program that will empower entrepreneurs just like you to demystify your business finances and get control of your money so you can sleep better and provide the lifestyle you want for you and your family. The Cash Control Bootcamp, Know Your Numbers, Protect Your Business, and Grow for the Future is absolutely for you. So check the link in the show notes to register today. So we're done, right? Or are we? Not so fast. It is great that we have covered our costs and have a profit margin, but how does the price we came up with align with what the market will bear? Saying it another way, what our target clients are willing to pay. This part is crucial. We need to bring together our desired price with what the market will pay. I highly recommend that anyone who is starting a business start with a business plan that validates their idea and assesses realistically what their target client will pay for it. If it is better than other things in the market, it should be priced at a premium. If it's comparable, you're going to price at market. So you can certainly survey potential clients, do market research, dig into competitor offerings. And this is really a top-down approach. So before the business is launched, you need to be sure that you can make money at the end of the day. So Brenly knew the market price for bracelets of this nature with the beads that she was using, and that was how she had set her prices. She had charged more based on intuition for bracelets that had fancier beads. We also need to remember that we've always got to be customer service focused and price our products commensurate with their value, as we talked to Brenly about. Now, just like my niece, every new business will have some startup costs. If you are selling a product, these will be higher and require more cash up front to secure the inventory or any required machines or tools. For Brenly, it was beads, elastic, scissors, and carrying cases. Not too much cash was needed, especially since she had been gifted the startup funds and pocketed the gross sales. Not a bad strategy for her. You are likely not going to have the startup costs gifted to you, so you will have to adequately plan for that. Remember, everything takes longer and costs more than you think it will, so add more time and money onto whatever estimates you come up with. Now, what I've walked through is a very simplistic example, but it hits most of the key points of pricing. I didn't touch on economies of scale that someone in a bracelet business would need to think about and many other nuances. The other thing that always surfaces is money mindset challenges that get in the way of entrepreneurs charging their worth. That is an episode unto itself, so we'll leave that for another day. So let's recap the general pricing framework. Start with a bottom-up approach. Figure out variable costs, percentage of fixed cost to allocate, and desired profit margin to determine your desired price. That's part 1. 2, scan the market using a top-down approach to see what the market will bear from a pricing standpoint. Number 2. And finally, number 3, compare the bottom-up to the top-down approach and see how they compare. If the market price is nowhere near your desired price, is there something you can do to bridge that gap? Will scale solve this? Or should you revisit your idea and pivot? One of the potential outcomes from doing a business plan has to be that the plan as envisioned does not make sense, and that's okay. You haven't yet spent your savings or borrowed to follow a dream that won't work. If you can pivot, work through a new version of the plan or come up with a new idea. It's all about planning so that you can have a profitable business. Now, for those listening today who have tuned in before, you know I love to talk about cash flow. As a financial coach, it is my privilege to help entrepreneurs understand, plan for, and forecast their cash flow. Cash truly is the lifeblood of any business, so it's the key to running a successful business, and having ample of it and being able to manage it helps you sleep at night and hit your goals. A business can go under in as quick as 90 days if cash flow challenges surface. If you want to talk about your business's pricing, cash flow, financial results, or all of it, please send me a DM to see how we can work together today. For those still wondering if I paid Brenly $8, absolutely not. I refused to pay a remaking fee for poor craftsmanship and refused on principle to pay a $4 late payment fee for one day. I did end up paying her $4 though. In addition to my first bracelet for $2, I commissioned another custom bracelet for $1.50 and gave her a 50 cents tip for a total of $4. She was happy, and I think she might have learned a few things about pricing. Time will tell. I can tell you that she is already a good salesperson, and I can see her rocking sales in a future career. She's got the product display moves down already, so could easily join the shopping channel as an on-air sales rep. As I mentioned at the top of the episode, the Young Money Scholarship Fund is still taking applications and is powered by Bissett Financial Fitness, Inc. A portion of Bissett Financial Fitness's sales proceeds go towards the scholarships to qualifying post-secondary students. Thank you for joining me for episode 155, Business Pricing 101, How to Price Your Product or Service, and for continuing to celebrate with me for the launch of the Young Money Scholarship Fund. If you are a post-secondary student, apply now. If you know a student who should apply, please share this episode with them. Until next time, take good care and stay financially fit.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. To all you millionaires in the making out there, if you love this podcast, please subscribe on iTunes to keep your financial fitness training going. Oh, and leave us a review. And be sure to visit Bissett, 2 S's, 2 T's, financialfitness.com to take your free financial fitness assessment. Find out how financially fit you really are. See you next week, young millionaires to be.